Hi Christy, I'm going to be recording my attempt at drawing this component in Fusion. I'm just going to talk my way through it as I go. I haven't tried to do it before today. It's all just going to be guesswork, but I'm sure between us we can figure out a pretty good way of doing this. So I'm going to start with this component. I have no idea what that size is as a circle. I'm going to guess 10 mil. But it's all guesswork. If you can actually measure it, I suppose that would be better when you come to do it. So I'm going to start with a new sketch on this plane. Okay, I'm going to do center point circle, so it's Control C. And I'm just going to draw out by 10. And then I believe there are I guess there are 5 of them that connect together. So in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out by 10 here. And then let's see what can I best do. How can I best do this? Put that there. If I now let's try a circular pattern. So center point is there. Object there, and I want 5 of them. Now, what I'm noticing is mine don't quite touch, whereas these obviously probably touch each other. So we've got an issue here that I need to deal with. So there's a couple of different ways I can do that. I'd say probably the best thing is if I just put it okay to there. And if I double click on this, come on, no, not move copy. I need to edit the sketch. Alright, I'm still in the sketch. I should be able to get, yes, let's make them 12. Oh, yeah, so now they all touch each other, that's perfect. So finish that sketch. Now I'm going to extrude these out. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to go back to the sketch. I told you it was going to be a thing I had to figure as I was going through it. I'm trying to right click on the sketch and it's not letting me. I'm not sure if that's because I'm recording. Now I can edit sketch. So where they overlap, I kind of want to join them together. So let's see if I can do that. Modify. Okay. Right, yeah, I know I can definitely do that. Just create a larger center circle. That there, yeah, beautiful. Now if I zoom in on this and I get my snipping tool, cut away hopefully. Is that working? Yes. So I cut away all these internal parts. If I cut away all these internals like that.
What is that?
Like this, and then finally that last one. Yeah, I've done it in pieces. Anywhere it crosses over. Right, now we're good to finish that sketch. Oh, there's a bit there. I need to get rid of that, so I need to go back and edit that sketch again. Edit sketch. So a few bits left actually. I wasn't quite thorough, not as thorough as I thought I was. Yeah, there's scissors. That's more like a finish sketch. E for extrude. And I'll pull that along. So what did we, it was 10 each of them. So let's take a look at your Yep, so they're quite long compared to their width. So, you know, I'm guessing, but like I say, you can actually measure these. You've got that advantage. So what we've got, let's make that 50, shall we? Distance 50. Okay. So now let's have a look at what we've got. Now we need to then cut a hole in the center there. So I'm just going to do a new sketch. Smack in the middle there. And I'm going to make that, we're just going to make that a 3mm hole. Let's make it 3.1 so there's a bit of clearance there. Finish. Extrude. Hole through there. Job done. Beautiful. So now we need 2 of these. So I'm going to zoom out. Going to do move copy. I'm going to click on this thing. I've got faces, I want faces, I want bodies. Click there. I don't click create copy. So I have to cancel that. Do that again. Move copy. Bodies. Select the body I want. Create copy. Select the plane of movement that I want. Beautiful. So we've now got 2 of these things. Okay, and we can move them around later. For the sake of being good, let's call that roller 1. And roller 2. So we've got those there now. So now let's have a look back at your picture. So we've got that, we've got that. We're going to need to make these parts in a moment, aren't we? That's part of that, isn't it? So we've kind of got this sort of squished rectangle thing that sits below it. So I'm going to try drawing that next. So here, from, looks like flowers. So I need a new sketch. Yeah, let's do it on that plane here. So looking back at your design again, design your photo, sorry, so that sort of squished rectangle thing. So I'd say that's 1, it's probably double the height of the rollers, and obviously it's slightly wider at the bottom. Again, this is guesswork, but you'll be able to figure this with actual measurements. So in terms of the squares, we've got 1, 2, probably 3 squares in height. So I need to make that probably 6 squares in height. So let's start with the rectangle. It starts below here. So why not just do that here to here. And then I said that's 3, and this is height more than that. I'm not exactly sure how many. Did I mention that you could actually measure this at home? Right. And it's probably going to come out here. So let's just do that. And then let's do some planing. Okay. So it's just looking from a slightly different angle. Right. So let's finish that sketch. No, in fact, let's not finish that sketch. I have finished that sketch. So let's come in here, edit. Let's put a line here to here. Let's put a line here to here. Okay. Now let's do our trimming. Let's radius these edges. So radius tool here. No, my apologies, that shouldn't have a radius on it. It's radius down the bottom. So that should radius. That should radius. Then we need an offset. Right, now I've realised I've actually made this a bit too narrow, but that's fine. I was going to offset and come inwards, but I can actually just correct my own mistake by offsetting coming outwards. So probably about to there. Beautiful, let's just make that 5. So correcting my own mistake. Obviously we'd need to get the materials thickness correct here, so I no longer want the inner one because that was an error. So I can now offset, and now I can get it accurate. I can offset and come in by 5mm. Spread a bit thinner, 3mm. Minus 3mm, so it's internal. Beautiful. Then, looking again at your drawing, your photos, sorry, here and here. So these parts clearly sort of come in and stop. They seem to return a little bit inside along that length. So it seems this part comes up and then returns along that length. That's easy done. Very easy done. So now I can actually just, wherever I think the correct position is, so let's say there, just add that in, make that 3mm height. The actual length, oh, damn it. The actual length of that doesn't matter. Yeah, that'll be fine. Tab by 3. Okay, so again with my scissors, my trusty scissors, I can now just remind myself what I'm doing. I can come in and get rid of some of these. Okay, that's starting to take shape. Now I need to, let's just work out the material we're going to remove in the middle. That should be fine. Okay, finish sketch. Just going to again show you your photos. So I'm kind of drawing this here now, this space here. So E for extrude. Pull that. I wish I could remember the distance. It must be 50. Yep, 50. Okay, so are we starting to get somewhere? We're starting to get somewhere, aren't we? So now we need to add these bits on, which seems to kind of be flush. So let's go back. So I want them on this surface. So new sketch, this surface, and they're kind of, let's have a look at the detail. They're kind of circular. So they've got that hole in, then they sort of sweep around, come down, join up here. So we'll do the best we can. So we can go to this center point. So we want a 3.1 hole. Then concentric to that, we want something bigger that comes kind of out to about there, eyeballing that. Then we need a line that comes from here. That's about, in fact, that's already a 3D space, so I'm going to stop that. I'm going to come on that edge. So here I'm going to do it on the red line so that I know later I can